Andy Baez in the chat. What's going on, man? How you doing today? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Checking out the new US World Update here from the boys and girls over at Microsoft and Zibo. I must say it looks pretty darn good. They have really outdone themselves this time around. Of course, they have broken some of our precious mods and the CJ4 and the A320, but we'll get around to talking about that as usual. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I'm taking a nice relaxing cruise over to Dallas Fort Worth on this Thanksgiving Eve, if there's such a thing. Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're settling in for the evening and got a nice day planned for tomorrow. This is good stuff. This is good stuff. We're gonna go ahead and get things going here. I'm in the CJ4. Like I said, the mod's working for the most part. It's there's a certain number of items that are not quite right. But it should be good enough for us to work through today's flight. Again, the A320 is broken at the moment for the most part. So we are going to take the CJ4. I'm getting kind of tired of flying to... Not tired, that's my favorite aircraft, but looking to change things up every once in a while as well. So we'll hop in the CJ4 today and do some GA ops, if you will. Chief Sim Pilot, this might be my first time live. Hello. I might have seen you on once or twice before, but if not, welcome to the live stream, my man. Hope all is well. All right, we've got battery power, we've got avionics, we've got our nav lights, making sure everyone knows on the ground here that we are in a aircraft that is under power. Go ahead and reset the altimeter, 3007. Let's compare that to our live weather, make sure that's at least somewhat accurate. 3007, spot on. That's one of the things I've noticed as well in this latest update. The altimeter settings are a lot closer now to the actual live weather. Winds aloft still seems to be a little bit off, but for the most part it is pretty okay. Simlock TV, time to look at this update. Anything good with it? There's a few things, man. The entire United States for the most part looks a little bit better. My favorite, and we're going to get to here in a minute, is Dallas Fort Worth. It looks night and day better. It's definitely flyable to now, so that's where we're headed this evening. Now let me go ahead and see if another thing that I've noticed broken, like I said, in this mod is the flight plan recall from SimBrief, unfortunately. Yep, it keeps throwing errors on some of the waypoints, so it's usually the waypoint that's associated with the standard instrument departure. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to go manual this time around. So let's go to flight plan. Sedona to DFW, that's correct. November 23 Romeo Foxtrot is our call sign this evening. That is also correct. Go ahead and go to lower menu. We want this on present position. That looks good. Performance in it. We're taking, let's see, 4 packs today. What's our takeoff weight? 14,944. So we'll leave it at that. We're cruising at 410 tonight. That's correct. 0 fuel weight. That looks correct as well. So that looks good. We'll go over to departures. Based on the winds, 2-1 looks appropriate for us, so it'll be 2-1. The Oats 1 departure. We'll go ahead and execute that. Jump on down the legs. Jump on back to flight plan. Next, after the departure, where are we heading? Let's look at the waypoints here. Give me a second. Direct Kiki. Let's put that in Keyke. And then we're direct Chisholm, Charlie, Mike Echo. Yeah, but lots of good things with this update. Not aircraft-wise. Like I said, it's broken a couple of the mods, unfortunately, but in terms of graphics, performance, it's certainly a lot better. After Chisholm, we're going direct to Big Spring. That's correct. And then we're picking up Geki, which I think starts the arrival. Go ahead and execute that. Let's have a look. Pull up the Navigraph here. So the last stream after I landed in Dulles, you had already disconnected. I turned into the ramp to pick a gate and the ground controller flipped out on me. Did they have a separate ramp controller? Yeah. Last Friday night, they had a separate ramp controller because it was so busy. But the ground controller should have told you that, did he not, before you turned in? Should have told you to contact the ramp. It's funny that they flipped out for no reason like that. Alright, we need to look at our arrivals into Dallas-Fort Worth. We're picking up 3-6 left. It'll be the ILS. And our arrival is the SOC 3. And our transition is Geki. Give me a second, guys. I'd love to get this done before we actually start the stream, but again, with the latest updates, this stuff isn't cooperating, so we're doing things pretty much manually here for now. Alien transition. What transition is that? Ah, that's why. 3-6 left. I had the wrong one on the Navigraph flight plan. Let's go ahead and redo that. And Alan is correct. So we'll go ahead and execute that. Did I have a separate ramp control? I should have guessed that. Nope. Well, it was kind of my fault. He was directing me around a pileup and told me to join Juliet, but I took the liberty of turning into the ramp on my own. Well, generally here in the States, at least on VATSIM, it's never busy enough for them to have separate ramp controllers. But whenever you're flying a Friday night ops at certain airports like that, you've always got to double check, unfortunately, because they may or may not have a ramp controller. But again, they should have told you that. It possibly was in the NOTAMs as well. All right, let's go to lower menu. Let's go through the flight plan, make sure that looks good. Let's step through this. Modified data. So next waypoint. Definitely want to make sure this is correct going into Fort Worth. It's one of the airspaces here that you don't want to mess around with. Everything has to be pretty much spot on, or you can find yourself in trouble with ATC. But that looks good. I'm happy with that. Let's get the beacon light on. Let's get the engine started up here. First of all, let's make sure everything is in the green. That looks good. That looks good. We're all clear all around. Technically, we'd let the ramp know we're starting up, but they're not interactive here in this sim quite yet, so let's go ahead and do that. Get engine 1 fired up first. Oh, Simlog, that was your first Friday night ops? Interesting, I didn't know that. N2 is rising. That looks good. We'll go ahead and hit run. Did not know that was your first Friday night ops, my friend. Well, what'd you think, besides being vectored all around because I was flying too slow ahead of you? Alright, number 1 spooling up. Let's go ahead and get the MCP, if you will, set up. Let's go ahead and get the altitude. We're going to climb straight up to 10,000 tonight. That looks good. Flight directors are on. Let's test the autopilot. Autopilot's on, and that works. Turn it back off. That looks good. I'm happy with that. Let's get number 2 fired up. And 2's rising. All right, next up, we'll do some performance numbers. We will go to takeoff. Winds here at Sedona, Arizona tonight. 170 at 4. The outside air temperature is 12 degrees Celsius, -8 on the dew point. It's very interesting with a 12 degrees Celsius atmospheric temperature, but that is because of the elevation here at Sedona. So that's why you got that quite a differential, if you will. That looks good. We've got about 5,000 feet of runway, and runway 21, we'll verify that. That looks good. Anti-ice is not required today. Takeoff flaps 15. Takeoff weight, maximum takeoff weight, all looks to be appropriate for this aircraft and equipment. We'll go ahead and send the V-speeds and verify that it is now magenta on the navigation display or the primary flight display. That looks good. Jump back over to legs. We will get back to present position. We will go terrain here. We will go weather radar on this side. Looks good. This also needs to be present position. Select that. Escape. Excellent. I enjoyed it. They were more efficient than I thought they would be. Yeah, the VATSIM Friday Night Ops have really come a long way. Like I said, a large part is due to the voice, the VATSIM voice codec that was introduced, well, gosh, about a year ago now. So controllers are a lot more efficient because the technology is a lot better. And that's why the cross the pond events aren't as bad anymore either. Alright, looks like we got 2 good start, my friends. Let's go flaps 15. Let's get the elevator trim here in the green. Excellent. Just me and my first officer today. No cabin or cabin crew, but we'll go ahead and get the seatbelt sign on. Get the logo.
Attention, please. The captain has turned on the seatbelt sign. Please fasten your seatbelt and shoulder harness at this time. Thank you.
All right, let's do it. We got some time. Let's look around Sedona a little bit. I don't know if you guys have been here yet, but it looked pretty phenomenal on initial release. But it's I don't want to say leaps and bounds, but significantly better even after the initial release of it. Again, lots of updates for the U.S. world scenery. My favorite of all so far is the Dallas-Fort Worth airport, which we're heading to right now. Definitely don't think you'll need a payware version for it. I mean, is it ORBX quality or flight beam quality? Certainly not, but for a handcrafted free update, doesn't get any better than that. But you guys will see once we get there. So without further ado, let's jump back in the cockpit here and let's go flying. I tried to fly the Concorde for the first time. You need an encyclopedia to fly it. Yeah, man, I don't mess with the Concorde. I've never really, it's never really appealed to me from a flight sim standpoint, to be honest. You know, I love the technology behind it for sure, and the speed, and the ability to really get anywhere more than twice as fast as the average airliner. But in terms of flight simming, it's never really appealed to me. Heading 130, that'll be our... No, that's wrong. 213. Yeah, that's correct. 213 on the initial departure heading. That looks good. So I don't want to run over this guy. What I'm going to do is pretend we need pushback so he can move. and then cancel it, and he should get out the way, hopefully. KDFW is so sweet looking now. It is, right, Dave? I didn't realize you had to run the update after the actual update to the sim. You had to download the US World Pack. So if you guys haven't done that yet, take a look. My gosh, he went right back to his same spot. These ramp controllers are killing me. Alright, parking brakes released. Oh, let's make sure we're on VATSIM and we're on Unicom. No ATC. Get Unicom dialed in. 2200, it is an IFR flight. That looks good. Let's do this. Sedona traffic, citation CJ4 leaving the ramp here. Alpha to runway 21 for departure. Sedona traffic. Parking brakes released. Taxi light on. Go. I'm taking out American 598 from gate 810 currently. Dave, I thought you said the Airbus was broken. We're gonna clip this guy, but alright. Are you flying the mod or default? You're the in-flight entertainment. I don't know about that. All right. Looking good here. Trying it again without Rex. Gotcha. I don't know, man. I don't think it's a Rex issue. Even folks that are running live weather from FS2020 are having issues with the mod, so it might be more than just Rex. Love this livery, it's pretty cool. It's on the FlightSim.2 website. All right, let's get out of here. Go ahead and get the landing light strobes. Let's get the pitot heats on. Why are we stuck? What's going on? So we do have to watch out for terrain here, my friends. High elevation airport with terrain all around. Have to be cognizant of our MSA as we climb up out of here. So I will pretty much manually fly this through the SID, and then we'll engage the autopilot. That looks good. Sedona traffic, citation CJ4, departing runway 21 runway heading, and then joining the OTS 1 departure. Sedona traffic. I am clear on the approach. I am clear down the runway. I'm going sterile cockpit. Again, I gotta... Oh my gosh, I thought we had a CTD there for a second. I'm going sterile cockpit. Again, gotta concentrate on this departure here. I will I'll catch up to you guys in the chat in a little bit. Let's send it. Rest looks good. Takeoff power set. That's V1 rotation speed. Bit of a cross there. Positive rate gears coming up. Oh, that's gorgeous. That is gorgeous. V2 plus 10 flaps up. Alright, yaw damper. Let's get the speed up here. And flight level change. Turn back, set climb power for a bit here. Sedona traffic, citation CJ4, we are clear runway 21. Runway heading, Sedona traffic. Keep runway heading here for a bit, my friends, and then we'll turn eastbound here shortly. Alright, let's begin that left-hand turn now. Sedona traffic, citation CJ4, turning left crosswind, runway 21 out of 9.5. Sedona traffic. Keep that altitude here. Right up to our cruise today, I think it's 410. 410 set through 10,000. Let's get these lights off. And I think I want a shortcut. Let's go direct key. If I can find it. Left turn. Reset the flight directors. Keep that left-hand turn up. Gorgeous Sedona, Arizona. Alright, we're direct key, nav mode. Still manually flying her here. Sim log, nope. The CJ4 does not have auto throttle. The Longitude does, but not the CJ4. You want to build up as much speed as possible here through the climb. The CJ4 does cruise at a very high altitude. Obviously the air is thinner up there, so it's much harder to make up speed once you get above a certain altitude. So you generally keep her climbing pretty fast. I'm gonna go ahead and set the autopilot now. And we'll do VS mode in the climb here. Let's reset that direct too. Alright, my friends, and that is the citation CJ4 departure out of Sedona, Arizona. Gorgeous, man. They really did a really good job at the update here. Things seem a lot more crisp from a ground terrain and scenery standpoint for sure. Appreciate you all tuning in today, this evening. Happy pre-Turkey Day for those of you here in the States. It's going to be a quiet cruise tonight. Don't see any VATSIM controllers on. But it is still kind of early here on the West Coast, so we'll see. Mr. 18,000, let's go ahead and get standard set. No, we're keeping her in the climb. I do want to update my flight display here. Let's go with lower menu. Nope, upper menu. Let's get FMS text on. That generally gives you a little bit more information about your flight distance to go and all that good stuff. So, as I mentioned, we're heading to Fort Worth, about 770 nautical miles. Roughly an hour and 45 minutes in cruise tonight. Well, it looks like I'll be hand flying this thing all the way to KMSY. What's going on with it? I told you it's broken, man. I told you not to fly it. You got to give the fly-by-wire guys some time to update the A320. I heard New York is updated pretty nicely as well. Saw some shots of folks flying over the city, especially around Lower Manhattan. Looks pretty good. I'm really digging this livery though, man. Supposedly Vegas was updated as well. I haven't been there yet. The night lighting, the strip at least. I did see some screenshots. It didn't look too we're off course here. It didn't look too promising. It's certainly better than it was default. So we're definitely gonna need like a Fly Tampa or one of those guys to make us a Vegas scenery and a strip scenery for Vegas. But for a free update, it's not looking too bad. We'll see. That's what I was talking about with the speed here. It does not have auto throttle, so we've got to constantly come in here and watch for this, especially as we climb. Once we hit cruise, it'll be a little bit easier to manage. But we definitely want to keep an eye on this as we make the climb out. Another place we'll visit again here is Telluride in Colorado. So now that the US World Update has dropped, what was it, 2 weeks ago we did a flight there from Aspen. We wanted to wait for the World Update to drop and then we'll do the return. So we'll do Telluride to Aspen, or back to Aspen, at some point here in a couple of days. See how the World Update has impacted those sceneries. But again, it all looks promising, so it should be a good flight. We did that flight in the TBM 930. I also found a TBM 930 mod. It's not on the forums or anything like that. I think it was on YouTube, and there was some guy debuting it. Pretty similar to the way the working title and fly-by-wire guys have been doing it. You gotta go pull the branch through GitHub and then install that in your community folder, but they've made some pretty nice tweaks to the TBM 930, so if those of you that fly that aircraft and you're interested in it, go check it out. That combined with the Garmin G1000 mod, or G3000 for the TBM from working title, should make that aircraft significantly better to fly. So we'll check it out here when we do that return flight from Tilleroy to Aspen. Climb profile's looking good. We're doing 405 true, 423 across the ground, about 272 indicated, and we're doing about 1700 feet per minute. Not bad for this little jet. The TBM is perfect as it is, in my honest opinion. It's definitely a lot better than the other default GAs in the sim, but you know, if you're used to that PT6 engine and some of the parameters of a true TBM, it has room for improvement, and that's what that mod does. The climb profile is a little better. The fuel calculation, fuel burn, they've addressed. The TBM in this sim by default, or in its default state, rotates a little bit too quickly as well. They've addressed that. So is it a must-have like the working title CJ4 and the A320 Neo mod? No, but if you like the TBM, why not pick it up? It's free. So we'll lower this rate of climb a little bit here. We've got plenty of time to get to Fort Worth. We're not in a rush to get to 410, but climbing a bit slower allows us to pick up some airspeed here. So we'll do that. Crossing through 300 now. Looks like Albuquerque Center is coming on soon. So we may be able to talk to him as we climb out of this airspace here. We'll see. I really like this livery. I'm not sure what kind of green this is. Almost like an army green. Almost. But the green and the yellow definitely, or gold, really meshes well. Appreciate you all tuning in tonight. My friends here in the US, what are you guys eating for Thanksgiving? That really is a sweet livery. I told you, Dave. Really well done. One of the best CJ4 liveries I've seen for sure. Like I said, though, I do want to continue to watch this as we climb out here. We look okay for now. What else was updated? I think Stewart Airport in New York was updated. I don't think I've ever been there, but not sure what it looked like before. But supposedly it looks really nice. Oh, Atlanta. How did I forget that? Atlanta Hartsfield was updated as well. I heard it's pretty nice. I haven't seen pictures, but I've heard some folks say it's pretty nice. Unfortunately, I went and purchased the Sim version already 2 weeks ago. Or was it 3 weeks ago now? But that was before I knew the world update was coming out and Atlanta was going to be updated. So all good. I'm just glad we've got a nice looking Dallas for now. Definitely need to see a Boston soon, Boston Logan. Although Latin VFR did do a Bradley International, but definitely want to see a Boston Logan. The DC area was updated. The Washington Monument, a couple of those other buildings, and the Capitol building and all those other things down there in the DC area was updated as well. Looks pretty nice. Looks good, man. I just wish they can get the aircrafts together, man. It just, you know, this sim would be so much better if we had solid, reliable aircrafts. Thankfully, the mod folks are keeping us busy, but, you know, with every update, Microsoft and Zibo manages to break something the mod folks fixed. So it's that constant game of, you know, getting something done and working, and 3 weeks later an update coming out and breaking it, and then the guys have to go fix it again. It's this sim is very much, in my opinion, still a beta product. But man, visibility wise, scenery wise, graphics wise, and even performance wise, you can't beat this. Absolutely phenomenal. So we're looking good here. Our next waypoint is what is that? 267 nautical miles away, which pretty much takes us halfway there. This mod is really well done, guys. There's a ton of features and enhancements in this bad boy. Although now I'm realizing my altitude, my range to altitude arc is not here. Because I'm zoomed out too far. Oh, there it goes. So this is very helpful, especially on the STAR, the arrival procedures, giving you an indication as to when you're going to level off at the selected altitude there. Definitely helpful, especially when you're flying on VATSIM, so that's cool. Overall stability of the aircraft itself is pretty nice. Lots of work done with the waypoints, time and range to waypoints or miles to waypoints. Dave says it would be fine if Asobo quit messing with stuff every 2 weeks. I'm scared that some of the modders will say hell with it. Yeah, I agree, man. I tend to agree. I no sooner fix your mess than days later you patch the sim and break it all. That's my fear as well. Because you gotta remember, these guys are doing this stuff for free, right? And I could see it getting frustrating if they're always having to redo work that they've spent so much time on already addressing. Alright guys, we're leveled at 410. We are, what is that? Roughly Mach 0.74, 431 across the ground, no, 432 true. 455 across the ground. That is exceptional for this little CJ4. When you think about it, you're really not getting much faster in an airliner, right? Maybe a Mach or two higher. But considering this aircraft burns less fuel, flies a lot higher, and can go almost as fast, it's pretty amazing. The CJ4 is flying well because they didn't touch it in the update, just the longitude. Great. I'm having waypoint issues though with the when I pull the SID over, it's not finding one of the waypoints on the SID most of the time. But that might be a Navigraph beta thing. Crossing into New Mexico now. It said Albuquerque Center was coming on, but I guess they changed their mind. So we're still solo up here. Fort Worth is offline as well, but Houston Center is online, so we'll see. I wish someone would touch the longitude. That is another exceptional aircraft. It's like the next level up to this CJ4. But it needs so much work. I would love to fly that thing. That one's even faster than the airliner. I think that goes... I think its top speed is Mach 0.2. 45,000 feet. 3,700 nautical mile range. That's one bad plane, man. But unfortunately, Microsoft and Asobo didn't do it justice at all in this sim. So maybe one day someone will mod that as well. Anyone else has flown the world updates? What else are you guys noticing? Not world updates, the US world update. Did they touch Hawaii? Anyone know if they touched Hawaii? I know that needed work as well. Might go there one day this week. I haven't been there, I think, since the sim launched. Just watching our speed here. Again, this thing does not have auto throttle, so gotta keep an eye on it. I'm looking for some more regional airports in Texas, so I wanted to do an airport that was a little closer to Fort Worth tonight, but I couldn't find anything handcrafted in the sim or any add-ons for any airports in Texas, unfortunately. So that is why we chose Sedona, but it was a good pick, man. That was a gorgeous departure. I mean, the level of detail in this thing is... That is one thing we've got to give them, Microsoft and Zibo. They didn't miss a beat with the modeling. Really well done. Modeling and lighting. Quite exceptional, especially for default aircrafts. Grand Canyon Airport World would have been nice also. They worked on that, I believe. Oh, good call. It's not that much closer though. But yeah, we can look at that one next time. I was thinking like, you know, an Amarillo, El Paso. Even like all out of Tulsa. If Tulsa had a modeled airport, that would have been cool to fly to, but I couldn't find any of those. Could not find any of them. So although this doesn't have auto throttle, it's pretty easy to keep it where you want it. The only time it has a traumatic effect on kind of having to babysit it is when we have a lot of turbulence, but that doesn't appear to be the case today, so we should be all right, at least for now. Phoenix is roughly the same distance, Dave. And Phoenix is terrible. It's another bad airport I wish they worked on. So I wouldn't have left from there. Sedona, again, was at least a handcrafted featured airport. Yeah, we need a Phoenix. We need Boston. and we need Vegas. I would like a Newark and Houston as well, but I could wait for those. We definitely need Phoenix, Boston, and Vegas. We are hauling, man. About a quarter of the way there already. Appreciate you all tuning in tonight, man. Definitely hit that like and subscribe. Want to see you all again at some point. There is no Friday night ops this week. I think just because of the holiday weekend. But we may or may not still do a Friday night flight. We'll see. Only difference is at least we'll have some, I guess, leeway to pretty much fly anywhere. I think it's actually, there is an event, but it's technically it's called, what is that? Open fly-in, open mic night. So it's essentially VATSIM encouraging all the controllers to staff up as many places as they can across the US to accommodate flights. Those are cool. They do that about once a month. Provide some flexibility so that, you know, the event is not concentrated to 1 or 2 airports. So we'll see. Any suggestions for where you all want to fly Friday night? We doing a Saturday group flight this weekend? Saturday, I should be able to. We might have to do it earlier than we did last Saturday though. That was epic, man. If you guys didn't see it, check out Stalker's stream. Stalker, myself, and Dave flew to, what is that, Mountain Air Airport in the Carolinas. That was that was an epic and entertaining flight. Great scenery, by the way. Very challenging landing. I think I went around like 3 times before I finally got it in. I'm thinking Alaska somewhere this Saturday, Dave. I've yet to visit Alaska in this sim. And there are a ton of add-on modded airports for Alaska I've seen in the FlightSim.2 website. So let me know. Oh, we could have went from Roswell Airport in New Mexico, but again, I didn't see scenery for that. We'll have to see if there's something next time. I, of course, nailed it the first approach. You sure did. Took you a while to get there, but you nailed it. We were looking at this McDo, weren't we? What else is in here that I can show you guys for those that aren't familiar with the working title CJ4 mod? They've done some work to the tune page. In fact, we should have done that. TCAS, TARA, so that's active now. Nothing else there really. 111.90 I think is the nav for runway 36 left at Fort Worth. So that's in there. That looks good. We're squawking 2200. That looks good. Let's Go to display menu. You've got lower nav aids. You can get that on your primary flight display, airports, all that good stuff. We hit next, range to altitude selected. Again, probably my favorite thing that they've done here. The ability to step through your waypoints. We showed you that before departing. That looks good. A full-on performance page. You saw us do the takeoff, the perf init, fuel management that's been added there. So you've got your time to reserve, which is 1 hour and 42 minutes. And we've got 1 hour and 14 to Fort Worth, which means we've got roughly 30 plus minutes worth of fuel for reserve. So that's pretty much good. And that should get us to Houston, which is our alternate tonight. What else? Got your fuel on board. The fuel flow has certainly been worked on. When this aircraft first came out, it burned a ton of fuel. It still does if you use the default version. Working title guys have adjusted that. You've even got your fuel flow by broken down by engine. So lots of great stuff, man. Lots of great stuff. Alaska bush flight would be cool. Yeah, I could take up the, what's that bush? Oh man, that aircraft that everyone uses for bush flight in this sim. The Cub? I think it's the Cub. I adore flying in Alaska, and supposedly they worked on it. I think I check out the bush flight they added. Yep, I can do that. Let me know. I will take up the Cub and we can try that out. Anyone wants to join us on Saturday, join the Discord for the details, and we'll do another group flight. It's an awesome plane, man. Just love looking at this livery. A little less than halfway to go. Got a nice tailwind helping us out. That's what's going on here. Oh, San Antonio, that would be a nice airport to have too. And Austin. Once they sort out the fly-by-wire 320, we'll be back in it. And we'll do a commercial flight to DFW this time around. Oh, I forgot to show you guys something else. They've got a fully incorporated checklist as well. So if we go to checklist here, we didn't use this, but it is certainly available. You go to normal checklists. You've got your before start engines, all that good stuff. You can tick them off, and you can even bypass some of them and scroll through. So that's pretty cool. What else? Starting engines. You got your before taxi, all of the checklists associated with the Citation CJ4 is all here. That's pretty cool. You've got your passenger briefing as well, takeoffs, landings, turbulence, all that good stuff. So that's when we're doing like exec jet ops, private flights. It's cool to have. Got about an hour to DFW. Looks good. I was looking at the DFW airport charts, trying to figure out where the GA's parked, but I couldn't find anything. So we're gonna come in on 36 left. And these are all like freight stands, cargo stands. Got the American Airlines hangar. Here it is, corporate aviation at 1 Echo ramp. Okay. So we'll go explore this. We'll see if they've got this modeled in this airport. Although we're not corporate aviation, we're GA tonight, but we can go pretend to park there. It'll give us an opportunity to kind of taxi around the airport as well. So we'll land 36 left and got plenty of runway, long rollout, and we'll take the air bridge, if you will. Not really an air bridge, but the overpass to the corporate aviation ramp. Yeah, that's what we'll do. And that's the SOC 3 arrival tonight. Actually, let's look at the decision height on this. 200 feet and 111.90, which is in the box already, so that looks good. Our first restriction is snuggle between 30 and 24 at 290 knots. We are doing well. We're doing well. Set the time to dusk when you're like 30 miles out. DFW looks awesome at night, and so does Denver. Oh, really? Okay. We put the time a little bit behind. I might have gone a little bit too far behind. We did want a dusk landing, so once we get a little closer, if it's not dark enough, we'll set it a little bit behind. And check it out at night, or at dusk, as you say. Looks good. Fuel burn looks good. Something that you always want to do, especially in this aircraft, is continue to monitor. Well, every aircraft, but As you're in cruise, monitor your instruments. Our ITT looks good. Our N1 looks good here. Fuel is balanced and looks good. Oil temp and oil pressure looks good. Our N2 looks good. So no concerns there. We're looking all right. Cabin air pressure, I think, is okay. About 480 miles to DFW. Let's see, where are we? We're crossing over. We're almost out of Albuquerque, actually. We're crossing into Fort Worth airspace momentarily. Still no ATC, though. I've noticed a lot of the larger airports look better than before due to just using the more accurate satellite data. Yeah, they've done a lot of work for sure with that. But for Denver, I'm utilizing the flight beam scenery. I got that, like, what was it, second day the sim was released? Yeah, because it was on sale for those that owned it for P3D. So I'll see if there's a difference there. But again, definitely happy about Fort Worth. We'll see what it looks like at night here. Niagara Falls is a big one as well. A lot of people were complaining about that when it first came out. Was pretty bad. The elevation was off. The falls in general just did not resemble what it was supposed to. But supposedly it was fixed, and it looks great. So I'm looking forward to seeing that as well. Actually, the VNAV profile is loaded. That looks perfect. This matches the charts to a T. Looks good. Still waiting for some commercial airliners. Looks like it'll be at least until mid Q1 before we see something, unfortunately. Maybe even later, but 2021 looks promising, man. By the end of 2021, we should have the PMDG 737. We should have the Aerosoft CRJ. And we should have the Quality Wing 787. That'll be cool. Looking forward to it. The fly-by-wire guys have some things up their sleeves as well. Supposed to be coming out with an A380. That should be cool. An A350. Definitely want to see what that looks like. Lots of movement in the community as it relates to this simulator. It's by this time next year, it's really going to be the future, if you will. I know there are folks that still fly P3D and Xplane, but I can't see those sims outlasting this one. That's just my opinion. I won an A340-600. Really? I'm an Airbus guy, and that's one of the Airbuses that I think that is my least liked Airbus. My least favorite Airbus is that A340. There's just something about how skinny it is with 4 engines. It just never appealed to me. It looked weird. It looked weird. The A330 is probably my second least favorite Airbus. I like the A330 to a degree, but never really enjoyed it. My favorite Airbuses are the 321, hands down. That comes first, then the 320, then the 319, and then the Neos. That A321 Neo, what is that, XLR or LR? Oh man. That is a gorgeous Airbus. 4 engines, yeah, man. 4 engines on an Airbus. I'd roll with the 380. The 340 was just, never really liked them. They didn't last too long, too. Either, I mean. Does anyone really fly them anymore? Like, if you want 4 engines on an Airbus, I think the 380 is the way to go, my friend. Six years, that's all they lasted. Yeah, I figured. And it was, I think, like this, what was it, Air France 447 or 440 something. That like plunged into the Atlantic. I think that was an A340, right? Yeah, man, never been a fan of them. I'm trying to understand what, because a lot of these airliners, these manufacturers, they go after a certain segment, right? Or a certain level of competition when they create these aircrafts. Like, obviously the 380 was competition for the 747. I think the 737-9s, right, were competitions for like the A321s, so on and so forth. What was Airbus's rationale behind the 340 is I guess what I'm trying to understand. And what was out first? Was it the well, obviously it probably was the 330. So you had the 330, we've had the 320s, the 19s, the 18s, and so on and so forth. Why did you need to create a 340? And then the 350 was Airbus's answer to the Dreamliner, right? The 787. So those, you know, made sense. I just didn't see the market or the understanding behind, or the rationale really behind the 340. I forgot, but watched a vid on it the other day. I will let you know in Discord. Yeah, send it to me. I'm interested, man, because I never really thought about it. Oh, Fort Worth Center is online. I told you guys it was pretty early, so I knew that was gonna happen. 135, 175. We're almost in the airspace. Hopefully Dallas is still landing north. Let me just take a look at flight radar here.
American 673 DC field. American 673 cleared visual approach 36 right, you said? 36 right, thank you.
Yes, Fort Worth is still north. I don't know if you guys know, but flight radar is another nifty tool.
We're ready.
If you like flying on VATSIM and there's not a controller staffed, and you really want to understand, obviously besides the winds, but you know, figure out the operations that an airport is in the current time, flight radar is a really nice tool. So as you can see, and VATSIM 99.9% of the time follows the real world traffic. So as you can see, they're still in North Ops. We're arriving from the west, so we would likely get 36 left. So we'll leave that in the box for now. And there's that corporate ramp, I think.
Only. Sorry, I'm just getting set up here.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, that's flight radar.
Air transport 2330. Cleared to Miami International Airport. Start 8 departure. Ely transition then as conjugate SID.
Oh, I think it was to counter the 75 or 767. Ah, okay. But 4 engines, man, come on. They didn't need 4 engines. But that makes sense.
Correct, if I was ready for taxi. American 673, wind 100 at 3, runway 36 right, clear to land.
Fort Worth Center, good evening. Citation CJ4, 23 Romeo Foxtrot. We're at 410, just west of Lovington Franklin Memorial.
Alright, 23 Romeo Foxtrot, Fort Worth Center, radar contact, Fox 2216.
2216, 23 Romeo Fox.
American 519, descend via the SOC 3, arrive with you for the...
Alright, so that's us on with Fort Worth.
Send SOC 3, American 519.
And we are roughly 15 minutes from top of descent, if that.
WestJet 1215, are you able to take the Kuna 8 departure McAllister transition?
There's no ATIS up yet, so I can't pull it. But we'll see, hopefully soon.
Kuna 9, sorry about that. Still getting used to the new number. WestJet 1215, thank you. Clear to Toronto International Airport. Kuna 9 departure McAllister transition. Then as filed. Climb boosted departure on 135.
Appreciate y'all tuning in tonight, man. This was a fun flight. We just left Sedona, Arizona. Heading to Dallas Fort Worth. Not just. We left a while back. We're about 45 minutes outside of Dallas Fort Worth. We're on with Fort Worth Center. We're starting our top of descent in roughly 10 to 15 minutes here. Welcome aboard. This is mostly to check out the US World Update. I think, you know, from what I've seen so far out of Sedona, terrain-wise, texture-wise, certainly looks a lot better. Sedona Airport looks great. And now we're into headed into Dallas Fort Worth, which is, gosh, night and day. It's a new handcrafted airport that was included in this release.
673, okay, Dallas Fort Worth, safe parking.
So, it looks really good. So we're about to debut that tonight here as we make our arrival into Fort Worth.
Alright, taxi straight ahead. Have a good night.
We were going to do this in the A320, but with this update came some unfortunate side effects to the mods. Not really the CJ4 mod, but the A320 fly-by-wire mod. So it's not quite stable yet. We'll give the devs some time to update it. And then one of these days we'll do an actual commercial flight into Fort Worth. So that should be cool.
WestJet 1215, you can expect 35 left.
But this CJ4 is something else, man. I love this aircraft. It's, I was just saying earlier, you know, almost the speed of an airliner, can fly, you know, significantly higher at certain weights, at most weights actually. It'll get you over there almost as fast. It's and obviously uses a lot less fuel. It's quite a piece of machine with those Williams engines back there.
Transport 2330, taxi or runway 36 right, taxi via Charlie Yankee Echo Alpha, cross runway 36 left.
Runway 36 right, Charlie Yankee Echo Alpha, cross 36 left, there, transport 2330.
Man, Dallas is packed. It's not too bad. There's a good amount of aircrafts on the ground though, for sure.
So American 519 will be high at Darby. We're hurrying down though.
American 519, I figured you'd be high just because of where I gave you the route reboot. Advise if you need vectors for descent. That's not a problem.
That will make it down, just not for the restrictions.
Alright, sounds good.
Yeah, I don't see that little commercial spot that was on the charts. Actually, I might. No, actually I don't see it. We're just gonna park over here by I like the cargo area. We'll just vacate somewhere. Not worried about it. Not too worried about it. Performance has been improved as well. I'm running everything here mostly on Ultra 4K 65 or 60-inch TV. And roughly 25 to 30 frames. Pretty darn good for Ultra settings here on 4K. Not really a beast of a computer either. I've just got a 1080 Ti. This game or this sim is very GPU intensive, so it's keeping up pretty well. See how we're looking inside. Rust still looks good. Speed still looks good. Fuel burn looks good. Let's take a look at fuel management here. Got so we've increased our range to reserve, so about an hour and 8, and we're actually only 45 minutes out. So even more fuel for reserve. Pretty cool. ATP Flight School, what's going on, man? Welcome here to the stream. Hope all is well on your end. We've actually picked up some ground speed as well. Didn't realize we got a nice tailwind behind us, about 54 knots. Everything is in the green, my friends. We're looking good. Got 3.6 left on the nav1 dialed up there.
About 320, are you able to start the Fork 2 departure? Fork?
Say again, confirm Kudos 6 departure runway 17 right.
Good to hear, my friend. Good to hear. Glad you're doing well.
About the 320, can you accept that departure? Fork 2, and please stop your taxi. We're currently in North Slow, so I'm going to have to bring you all the way down.
So they are in North Ops, like I mentioned. So 3.6 left should work for us.
And we'll be taxiing back to
Delta 320 clear to Atlanta International Airport. Fork 2 departure. Fork, direct Eldorado. Then as filed. Climb via SID, departure on 135.17.
That view, I know, man. It looks great, right? It's a livery as well.
2220, 2220.
That Delta 320 will be walking 2220. Climbing by the SID.
ATP Flight School, I'm sorry about that. Nightbot is being picky. I'm not sure why it's
I'm assuming you're ready to taxi. Runway 35 left, taxi via Gulf.
did that to you there.
That's taxi right for the Gulf and 35 left.
Alright, I disabled that. I don't know what you sent there before, but go ahead and try to send it again. I think you were talking about the view. It does look really, really good, and this livery helps with that, man. This is my favorite CJ4 livery, hands down.
American 519, say again. I'm sorry, I stepped over you.
Sorry, American 519 is back on the arrival. Have Echo request 35 center.
American 519, not a problem. You can expect 3500 to sun maintain 4000.
Descend 4000, 35 center, American 519.
Does look pretty real, man. This is where this sim shines, for sure. Our aircrafts need a little bit of work, a lot of work in some cases, but you can't beat these views. That's for sure.
American 519, turn right heading 060, or fly heading 060.
060 heading American 519.
Air Transport 2330, would you like a 36 right at Alpha, or would you like holding?
We'll take it here. We're heavy Air Transport 2230.
Air Transport 2330, roger. Wind 100 at 3, runway 36 right at Alpha, clear for takeoff.
36 at Alpha, clear for takeoff. Air Transport 2230.
All right, we're just crossing over. Well, just west of Big Springs, Texas. I think roughly at Geki is where we're going to start down.
Delta 320, confirm squawking 2220.
I use, what was that?
2220,
I used Xplane for a while and I caught wind of the 757 rework over at Infinite Flight.
Full left and corner
I looked at the
7
pic they put
heavy
up,
with
it
you
looks
at
like
flight
they
level
plopped the
390.
5 factors 7.5 into the game.
Quanta 7 heavy.
Oh, really?
Center, good evening, squawk 2202.
You've got a link to that, bud? I've got to take a look at that.
2202, corner 7.
It's pretty cool.
Air Trans 2330, radar contact, say up, please enable.
1,800, Air Transport 23.
Air Transport 2330,
Gonna have to take a look at that.
Turn, direct start, climb, maintain flight level 350.
Right direct start, climb maintain flight level 350, Air Transport 2330.
Yeah, no worries. If not, I'll just I'll go, if it's on Twitter, I'll take a look.
519 field, 11 o'clock, 15 miles at 1 place.
Look at American 519.
On this flight, 7 radar contact, 50 miles west of Abilene, Stillwater, what is it?
Go again for corner 7.
Back down on the throttles a bit here. We're almost over speeding.
50 miles west of Abilene, DOR. Look at board. Are you able to accept the stock 3 arrival DE transition?
Which arrival was that? Can you spell it, please? Corner 7.
Here, I'll send it in the chat for you.
Thank you very much. Corner 7.
Field in sight for American 59.
American 519 clear, visual approach runway 35 center.
Visual 35 center American.
Let's see if I can get the weather here. Got the ATIS.
Yeah, we can accept SOC 3 with the geeky transition, corner 7.
Turning left to Gicky now, so let's go ahead and do performance.
Uh,
Go to approach.
and the SOC 3 arrival.
Winds at Fort Worth.
Cleared direct to SOC and then the SOC 3 arrival, corner 7.
Response 7 correction.
100 at 3.
Join the SOC 3 arrival. Sorry about that.
Direct to geeky and then join the SOC 3 arrival, corner
And
7.
13 degrees Celsius. The altimeter is, survey says 3003. Fire tracks, that's how I roll in VATSIM too. Nice, appreciate it, bud. Appreciate it. 3003, 13 degrees Celsius, 100 at 3. 36 left. It looks like we're in North Ops, so, and we're arriving from the west. Can't see why he'd give us any other runway but that, but we'll see. Anti-ice is not required for the arrival here. And those are our VREFs and VAP speeds. We'll go ahead and send that. That's complete. So now what we'll do is go ahead and get our refs menu page. We'll scroll down here. We've got the VREF and VAP at 99 and 106. Let's get the radio altimeter.
519, descend, maintain 3,000.
200 feet.
Okay, descend now for
That's the
3,000.
minimum,
Still
036
150
left.
519.
And we are in business, my friends. So that's our approach. About 69 from Geki. Just after Geki is when we'll start our top of descent there.
Last aircraft coin was under Evo, there you go.
Delta 320, full shot, 35 left, beautiful.
Oh, Delta 320, wind 100 at 3, runway 35 left, here's the takeoff.
And traffic clear to take off 35 left, Delta 320.
I think you guys wanted to see a dusk arrival, right? Let's see if we can get the time set just a little further up. That should work. Appreciate you all tuning in tonight, man. It's been a blast as usual. Hit those like and subscribe buttons if you want to see additional content. We generally stream on Fridays, one day during the weekend, and one day during the week. Just all schedule permitting. So join our Discord as well. Generally have the schedule in there and let you guys know ahead of time prior to us live streaming. But
Scenery issue that you know about?
Fridays are generally our main days here. We always do the VATSIM Friday night ops. This week, I believe it's open mic night on VATSIM on Friday, so they're going to be staffing up a ton of different airports.
Okay.
So,
yeah, no,
if anyone
P3D version 4
has
and then the old
any-
FS Stream team haven't done an update that I know of.
If anyone has any suggestions, let me know, and we'll do those flights. Hopefully the fly-by-wire A320. Oh, we're overspeeding here. Hopefully the fly-by-wire A320 has been updated by Friday, so we can fly that.
Delta 320 to passing 1500.
Delta 320, thank you, climb maintain flow 370.
About 200 miles out from Fort Worth. Should be starting top of descent here shortly.
American 2298 I4 to Philadelphia.
American 2298, clear to Philly, International Airport, Triton 3 departure, loose transition, cloud, convey split departure 135.
Well, that's another airport I'd like to see at least touched up a bit. Philadelphia, that'd be nice.
Clear to Philly,
In this sim.
departure, loose transition as filed. Can you please repeat the score for American 2298?
2212.
3312, American 2298.
American 2298, radar, correction, read back correct, runway 35 left, taxi via Golf.
35 left via Golf, American 2298.
Delta 320, clear direct Hannah.
Clear direct to Canada, Delta 320.
Octave Flight 7, descend via the SOC 3, arrival, DFW altimeter 3003.
Descend via the SOX 3 arrival, altimeter 3003, corner 7.
Alright, 23 Romeo Foxtrot, descend via the SOC 3, arrival, DFW altimeter 3003.
Send via the SOC 3 arrival, and we've got information Echo at DFW 23 Romeo Fox.
3 Romeo Fox, thank you.
Alright, my friends. They called our number here. Time to get going into Fort Worth. Get these sounds back up here. Alright, let's see. What's our arrival restriction? Snuggle between 300 and 24. We'll take closer to the lower of that altitude. Let's go 25. And now we'll do a vertical speed descent down into Fort Worth tonight.
American 519, are you able left at Zulu?
Left on Zulu, we're parking Alpha 48.
American 519, thank you, taxi parking via Zulu Lima, or correction, Zulu Kilo, cross runway 35 left.
Cross 35 left on Zulu, and then Kilo to parking, American 519.
Alright, what I'm trying to get is the range to altitude indicator up here on the flight display. Hopefully that comes up, we'll see. There we go, that's what I was looking for. So essentially I want, gosh, I keep overspeeding. I want the banana here, the arc, to be on snuggle for 250. Bring these throttles back.
Fort Worth Center, Western 1215, ready to taxi.
Western 1215, runway 35 left, taxi via Golf.
We'll keep that speed up as best as possible. That should
looks like you got the wrong squawk in, squawk 2.
Help us continue an on-time arrival into Fort Worth here tonight.
2212, 2298.
American 519 is clear.
Delta 320, altitude indicates 2,800, verify.
This was a really nice flight. It was a great day for flying Sedona to Fort Worth today.
Alright, Delta 320, low altitude alert, climb maintain at least 3,500 immediately.
Yeah, if we can get this thing behaving, we will.
And then that's the restriction is 290 on the speed, so we'll watch for that as well.
00 at 3, runway 35 left, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 35 left, American 2298.
Good stuff. So we've briefed the approach, right? We know what we're doing. We've got the weather set up here in the McDo. We know what the weather looks like at the fields. The only thing we haven't gotten yet is our approach. So, but I think we'll get 36 left.
Get a chance, go direct Hannah, and then receive the 42 departure.
Let's go ahead and do 90, and we're going to handle this thing direct Hannah.
I gotta keep my hands on the throttle here, man. It's again, no auto throttle in the CJ4, so you've got to watch it and manage it, especially on the descent, or you'll always find yourself into overspeed. But you don't want to get too slow either, because you do need to maintain that speed on the arrival, especially on an arrival into Fort Worth like this, where it's generally full of
Air Transport 2330, contact
airliner traffic. And you don't want to get too slow. You're going to create issues for the traffic behind you and for ATC. So it's a game. It's a game that you kind of got to play here. So far, so good.
American 2298, climbing through 2,500.
X2298, radar contact, climbing between flow 370. I'm having another aircraft that's having some issues out on the climb out, and I'll give you a turn direct once we get that worked out.
Flight level 370, and thanks, American 2298.
That's at 320, turn.
Looking good,
right
my
heading
friends.
100.
Looking good.
Right there, heading 100, that was the treatment.
Detroit 298, proceed to right torch.
Reports, American 2298.
Forward Center, Twin Tower, 649 Delta Alpha on the ISR2 Alliance, or correction, Arlington, please.
Diamond
The restriction
649
after
Delta
snuggle
Alpha,
is
forward center
ninja,
to
between 23 and
Arlington
20.
Airport via radar vectors correct. Maintain 5,000. Departure of 135.17. Well, 2230.
What else have you guys been flying in this sim, man? Looking for some advice for sure.
Radar vectors in direct, climb, maintain 5,000.
What other aircrafts have you guys find quite fun? Have you found quite fun?
American 2298, clear check door.
Right there, folks, note the treatment.
Delta
I've seen
320
that here,
negative.
2298.
Delta 320 negative, you are not clear direct door.
I know.
2298, can you please spell that out for us? Not seeing that here.
2298, my bad, clear direct torch.
Oh, direct torch, okay. American 2298, thanks.
Looking good, my friends. Looking good. 21 to snuggle, 290 on the speed is what we are aiming for per the charts. Right about there.
Center Diamond, 649 Delta Alpha at the north ramp Alliance, ready to taxi to the active.
Diamond 649, Delta Alpha. Forward standby for 11. 649 Delta Alpha, line altimeter 3005, runway 34 right, taxi via Alpha.
All right, Ninja between 23 and 20. So let's continue to dial down that altitude there.
005 and 34 right via Hotel Alpha.
Let's take 220.
Fort Worth Center, West Pitch 1215, holding short runway 35 left.
Westjet 1215, wind 150 at 5, runway 25 left, clear for takeoff.
Excellent. So like I said, man, this little banana there, the range to altitude selection, really makes your arrival planning a lot easier, especially here on VATSIM.
Aircraft calling call sign only.
810, Sierra Mike.
A bit fast, adjusting the throttles now.
Alright, 810, Sierra Mike, clear to the Kilo Tango Mike Echo Airport. The radar vectors to join the Joel Pool 1 departure.
Like I said, we've got plenty of fuel. All instrumentations are still in the green. And there's something you definitely want to continue to check here as you make your descent and arrival in. Should we, for whatever reason, at this point not be able to make it into Fort Worth, we do have enough fuel to get us to Houston, which is our alternate and what we filed tonight.
Okay, we'll call Sierra Mike, thanks.
Passing over Cisco, Texas now. Really nothing to see yet, scenery-wise, until we get into Fort Worth proper.
Launch at Flight 7, safe parking.
Graphic corner 7.
Launch Flight 7, expect a visual.
Alright, next up, DARB, between 14 and 12 at 270. Let's go ahead and dial that in.
36 Rocks, corner 7.
Alright, 2-3 Romeo Foxtrot, safe parking.
2-3 Romeo Fox, need a little bit of help with that. I don't see a GA parking at Fort Worth. We're thinking corporate aviation up above the taxiway Yankee there, if that's okay.
Corporate aviation is just fine. That's where most of our private jets go anyway. You can expect a visual approach right 35 left, get you nice and close to corporate ramp.
Yeah, we can do this 35 left visual approach and it's easier for parking. Thanks, 2-3 Romeo Fox.
Westjet 1215, radar contact 2.
So we do have to do some adjustments here. Let's leave the speed.
Maintain about 370, clear check.
We're going to be 35 left visual approach tonight instead.
Level 370,
So let's go to arrivals.
1215.
Let's change this to 35 left. And execute. And it's going to redo the flight plan there. That looks good. DARB is still our next waypoint between 14 and 12 at 270 knots. Let's continue to dial that back here. So now that he's given us the visual, technically what I like to do is, my lord, thank heavens that nightmare is over. Was that bad, Dave? Technically what I like to do is take the lower of the altitudes on the charts whenever we're going to be given the visual approach, because that means they'll generally break us off earlier, and we want to be lower than we want to be higher for those kind of approaches. So lower versus higher. We'll start to dial back the speed as well. Let's do 280.
Launch Flight 7, descend maintain 4000.
And then
Sedona
let's
maintain
update the charts
4000,
here on my
107.
Navigraph. We'll change that to 35 left. ILS. It's the visual, but we do want to back it up. You always want to back up the approach there in case you can't go visual and need the localizer for whatever reason. So 111.35. Let's go tune 111.35 and nav 1. That is correct. That looks good. All right. So that's the plan, my friends. We've switched to 35 left.
49er Delta Alpha. Wind 180 at 3.
What you probably also want to do is go back to your performance page and redo your approach numbers.
34 at Delta, or correction, 34 right at Delta. Clear for takeoff, roll 649 Delta.
Take a look at the weather. At Dallas Fort Worth, 3004 150 at 5.
Taxi, Arlington.
So we'll update that.
10 Sierra Mike, runway 34.
3004 now.
3006.
34 via Alpha, TBM steer Mike.
Go ahead and hit next. 99 106, so that did change. That send is complete. Go back to our refs menu. That looks good. 200 feet is still our minimums for 35 left. All right, my friends. So we've redone our flight plan here. We're expecting the visual 35 left. And
On flight 7, fly hang 060.
So far, so good.
20 miles report site.
I love hand flying the 320, but not from Dallas to New Orleans, and got a nav approach, but the radios don't work right. Everything navigation since the update. That sucks, man. You're flying the mod, right, Dave? I would have canceled that flight. I'm not going to fly a 320, hand fly a 320 the entire way. That's crazy. You're better off just waiting for the fly-by-wire guys to update that aircraft, man. Stop torturing yourself. That's why we're in the CJ4 today. 17.44, 12,000 at DARB, 270 we want to be at DARB, so let's start bringing back the speed here again. Pop outside, looking a little better. Speed's rolling back nicely. Yep, I landed, but it was fun to say the least. I'm sure it was, my friend. I'm sure it was. I don't know what they did, man, but the altimeter settings for live weather are spot on. The last couple flights I've done since the update yesterday. I have not had one so far, knock on wood, that's been off. Generally, it's like anywhere from 5 to 10
Cleared visual approach, runway 36.
off from the actual altimeter setting, but so far it's been spot on. Spot on. I think even winds are off looks okay. Let me look at DARB.
Company refiled for me, going to Little Rock this time. Clearance, please.
DARB winds are off should be 250 at 59. And we've got about 250 at about 47. So it's not terribly off. Not terribly off.
Alright, 649 Delta Alpha, radar contact there, 2.
Delta Alpha climbing out of 2,500, rolling heading.
Alright, 649 Delta Alpha, thank you. Climb maintain 3,000 for now. Turn left lane 180.
Dial in 11,000.
3,180.
And at Garcia, we want to be 270 at 11. Yeah, we're still slowing back here.
American 519, can you accept the Zach 3 departure Fiscat transition?
And then the last waypoint, if you will, on the arrival is SOC. After SOC, we should expect radar vectors to the
Zach 3
visual
departure
3-5 left
Fiscat
approach.
transition.
Meadow Blue was updated. Awesome. That's good. They've just got to work on winds aloft now, and then now we're talking. Now we're in business.
Affirmative for American 519.
American 519, thank you. Clear to Little Rock International Airport. Zach 3 departure Fiscat transition. Direct Little Rock direct. Climb via SID. Departure 135.17. Squawk 2257.
Alright, Isabel,
Little Rock
it's now
via
in
Zach 3
8,000.
Biscat, Little Rock direct via SID, and didn't write down the squawk. Say again, squawk, please.
Squawk 2257.
2257, American 519.
American 519, with that correct. Advise ready for taxi.
I'm glad Meadow Blue was updated, man. It's never going to be as accurate as ActiveSky. It does not pull updates often. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I couldn't deal with the, you know, it was 3007 real world and it was giving you 3017 in the sim. It's supposed to be raining and it's clear sky, so that's no excuse for that, man.
Runway 36 right, clear to land.
It doesn't need to pull it every minute, but if Hi-Fi and ActiveSky on a far less budget with far less resources can accomplish that, they've got to find a way to at least be remotely consistent. But so far so good. We'll see. Yeah, ActiveSky served thousands of simmers as well, though, Dave. Gotta remember that. And ActiveSky, again, does not have the amount of resources that Microsoft and Meadow Blue would have. We're through 10,000 feet. Landing lights coming on and logo lights coming on. ActiveSky did it for the whole world as well. 060 4000 23 Romeo Foxtrot. They're breaking us off the approach already. We'll go into heading mode and we'll keep it on the descent here, 4000. These damn zoom buttons. Bring that speed back to 250. We are below 10 now. ActiveSky, though, is client to client. You're direct connected. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not the technical whiz. I just feel like there's got to be a way. You sold your sim being, you know, something that pulls in live weather and something that is as accurate as possible. I just feel like it needs to be closer. But it looks like it's relatively good now, so no complaints here. 060 on a heading that checks and descending through 4,250 on the speed. Yeah, again, Dave, I'm not looking for it to be as high as ActiveSky. I just need it to be remotely close, man. It shouldn't be hours off either.
I'm not picking you up on the radar yet.
Or either.
TBM 8100 Sierra Mike, radar contact, turn left lane 270. I got several DFW arrivals coming. So I'm left 270, Sierra Mike.
Okie dokie, looking good here.
TBM 810 Sierra Mike, turn left lane 270.
Got a TBM coming into Fort Worth. It's interesting.
Left 270, Sierra Mike.
Yeah, it's not anymore for now till they do another update. We'll see though. What airport are we flying over? What's below us there?
TBM 810 Sierra Mike, continue left turn, hang 150.
Interesting. Fourth word should just be here at our 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I had zero issues pulling.
Kilo, traffic 11 o'clock, 6 miles. It's TBM 2000, climbing 3000, currently southbound.
F a Foxtrot?
Yes, sir.
Citation 20 Roman Foxtrot. I think we've got the traffic in sight here at about our 11 o'clock.
Citation 23 Romeo Foxtrot, thank you. Maintain visual separation with the traffic. Field 11 o'clock, wind 5 miles, airborne flight.
We'll maintain visual SEP, no field yet here for 23 Romeo Fox.
Air 23 Romeo Fox, clear visual approach, running 35 left.
We don't have the field yet, 23 Romeo Fox.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Let me know when you get the field.
Affirm. There's that TBM. They've jacked with the keys. I don't know why I can't move up and down in the cockpit anymore. I think I've got to remap it. There's that TBM we're looking for. Set to maintain visual separation, so we'll cut inside of him. How about that? Let's make a left-hand turn here. We'll maintain 4,000. Let's keep the speed up. That is one stunning approach, isn't it, man? Isn't it, bud? There's the TBM.
10 Sierra Mike, proceed direct over.
There's the airport.
Direct over, Sierra Mike.
Airport in sight, 23 Romeo Foxtrot.
Air 23 Romeo Foxtrot, clear visual approach, running 35 left.
Their visual approach 35 left, 23 Romeo Foxtrot. Yeah, Dave, I remapped the back and forward keys. I didn't realize they screwed up the up and down keys as well. It's fine. It's
New York.
I'll remap it after I land here.
American 816.
All right, we're clear for the visual, my friends.
3 departure, loose transition, then it's filed. Climb via SID, departure 135.17, squawk 2305.
Sailing
2305, good to hear you, Kenny.
American 816, read back correct, thank you. 810 Sierra Mike, clear of all traffic.
That means that's all us on the altitude and
Class 7's vacated on Foxtrot to
heading
request
here.
taxi to the gate.
All our discretion. We've been cleared the approach. There's 35 left.
Qantas 87, taxi parking.
Yes, I'm gonna go sterile, man. I will chat to you
Back to
guys
the
once
gate
we're
by
on the ground.
Foxtrot, Class 7, g'day.
Let's bring back the speed here. All right, my aircraft, that's autopilot. Yaw damper coming off as well. And I'll cut the throttles altogether here. Need to bleed off some speed. Gorgeous day for a visual approach. Oh my gosh, this city is gorgeous. Microsoft and the Sobo, well done, my friends, well done. Trying to get to our VAP speed. We can take flaps 1 now. Technically flaps 15. wanted to throw in the ILS, we would just hit nav. And nav here and nav here, and you can see the localizer is there. Again, but that's if we wanted it backed up there. But it's clear as day out here, so we're all good.
American Flight 298, contact message there 133.65.
2365, American Flight 298, take care.
Take care. WestJet 1215, contact message there 133.65.
We've got plenty of runway as well, so
Center 133.65, good day, WestJet 1215.
I'm not worried about floating it out or anything like that. We're a bit low, that's why you've got 4 reds there, but we're correcting. Trying to get you guys as much shots, as many shots as possible here while flying this aircraft. It's just gorgeous. My gosh. All right, we're back on profile.
Air 23 Romeo Foxtrot, wind 150 at 5, runway 35 left, clear to land.
35 left, clear to land, 23 Romeo Foxtrot. Gear coming down, we've been cleared to land, taxi light coming on. I'm fighting to trim here. Let's trim her out. I feel like I'm crabbing almost. We do have a crosswind slightly on the left there. And we'll hold flaps 30. Flaps 30 comes out really quickly and slows you down pretty fast, so we don't need that quite yet.
DFW is switching to south flow now. Advise, expect south flow runway.
Wonder why they're switching south.
Central aircraft on frequency, TFWA use information Gulf, now current, altimeter 3004.
This Warthog stick, man, really gives you a workout. This thing is full metal and very heavy. Got the terrain flashing, but we're fine. That's cool. That's a new feature there. I didn't see that before. Get the last notch of flaps out. Again, we've got plenty of runway. I don't need to smack her into the ground. I'm not sure why it's flashing pull up. We're landing here. Maybe activate approach. There's the glide slope coming back in, or the flight directors rather. 2 whites, 2 reds. Trimmed out nicely. Start bringing back that speed. Oh yeah, that feels good. Alright, throttles to idle. And we'll just let that speed bleed off now. Kick left on the rudder just a bit, get back on the center line. And we're down. Let that nose come forward. And I'm just gonna let her roll all the way out here, my friends. We're parking way down the end of the runway. No brakes, no spoilers.
Romeo Foxtrot, welcome to DFW taxi parking via Kilo.
Parking via Kilo, 23 Romeo Foxtrot. I'll let her roll out. Alright, we'll get on the brakes here. Technically, you should ask for permission if you're going to use up a ton of the runway length, but that's fine for now. We'll hit the brakes. And we'll vacate here. Take Kilo. Nice. See you next trip. Thank you, my friend. Take care. Have a happy Thanksgiving as well. Flaps coming up.
Forward center, 0437. Are we still supposed to be with you?
Yes, sir. Fort Worth Center is very large east to west, so you're going to be with me for a little bit longer.
It is very large.
Roger, no problem. Just wondering. It seemed.
Strobe coming off. We've cleared the runways, the actives. My friends, welcome to Dallas Fort Worth, Texas. This is a really well done and enhanced scenery by Microsoft and Asobo. It looks excellent. I know there are some folks working on a payware version, but in my opinion, that is not needed. Let's go, we'll need to join Kilo here. Clear left, clear right. I appreciate you all tuning in tonight, man. That was a very fun flight from Sedona, Arizona. Great ATC services once we got to Dallas. Again, I generally wouldn't take a jet into Fort Worth. But with the latest update, the A320 Neo mod by Fly-by-Wire is pretty broken right now. So we're finding the next best thing, in my opinion, here in this sim, which is the working title CJ4 mod. It got us here quite okay. Fuel burn was very accurate. Aircraft float great. What is that? Roblox Lover, man. Thank you for the subscribe, my friend. Welcome to the Micslmn family. Definitely check out the Discord as well. I appreciate you all tuning in, man, with the likes and the subscribes. Let's keep it on the roll. We are going to the corporate aviation ramp.
9er Kilo November, was that you calling? I was on another.
I'll get stereo copied off and pull up the charts for you guys. So that's where we're parking. Corporate aviation. That was a blast. I loved it, man. Loved it. All right, there are all the corporate jets here to our left. Let's see, how do we enter the ramp on this side? Let's do this. Let's cut down here. Fly-by-Wire just dropped an update to the dev version. Dave, you are on it, man. You know who you remind me of, Dave? I don't know if you watch sports or ESPN, but you remind me of Adam Schefter.
It's pretty gusty up here.
Adam Schefter has all the updates all the time. The first to report on everything, especially NFL-wise. You are the Adam Schefter of Flight Sim 2020, my friend. You are always on it. I appreciate you providing updates around the clock. Here is the corporate ramp. Even this is done pretty well. Man, these guys outdone themselves. All right, we don't want to blind people here, so let's get the pitot heats off. That should have came off since we once we vacated the runway. Get the landing light and taxi light off.
Currently at the corporate aviation ramp and requesting IFR clearance to pass the lander.
Oh, there's a corporate guy here as well.
CVM 869er Kilo November, Fort Worth Center, standby.
Standby for clearance, CVM 869 Kilo November.
Although I don't see him, he might be flying another scenery or somewhere else on the ramp. CBS Sports Radio. Yes, my friend. Where do you guys want to park?
CVM 869er Kilo November, clear the Atlanta International Airport.
Let's throw it right here.
To join the 206 departure, port transition, then is filed. Climb via SID, departure 135.17, squawk 2301.
Right, we're clear to our destination. We'll be getting redirected on the Cruise 6 departure SID, frequency 135.
That's good enough for me. That's good enough for you. Straighten her out just a little bit. That's that. Parking brake set. Let's kill one. Let's kill two. Seatbelt signs coming off. He can come off.
For taxi.
Get the floodlights on. Man, oh man, guys, that was amazing. That was fun. That was incredible. Sedona was excellent. Fort Worth. Let's drone around Fort Worth for a little bit, shall we?
November 8th, November, we are very successful.
We disconnect from VATSIM.
Start not required.
No need to continue to hear them chatting there. Camera, drone speed. What am I looking for? There we go. Let's see Fort Worth. So you've got your corporate aviation ramp. It's even model. That's cool. Here's the kind of the heart of the airport. Not sure if you guys are familiar with Fort Worth, but this is spot on. At least that's what I'm told. So I've been there a couple times myself, but it's been a bit. You've got your toll bridges. You've got your control towers, your aviation towers. Sorry, ATC tower. You've got all of the air sides. The lighting is phenomenal. The lighting around the city is phenomenal. That's redone as well. Taxiways are accurate. I think that's that TBM there. Oh no, that's me. Yeah, guys, this is incredible. If you have not already downloaded the US World Update for FS2020, go ahead and do that. I was confused for a bit. I thought it didn't work once the sim updated, but you need to go to your dashboard, if you will. I'm sorry, not your dashboard. What is that called? Your marketplace. Go to the Flight Sim marketplace and make sure you download the US World Update after you do the initial update for the sim. But there's a ton of things there for you to check out. A ton of different sceneries, ton of different points of interest. But for me, that's going to do it tonight, my friends. I will be back Friday for a Friday night ops stream. You guys let me know where you want me to fly. We'll do the I think Dave just said the fly-by-wire 320 dev branch has been updated, so we'll check it out. Be back in the 320 for a Friday night ops flight, or we'll fly the CJ4 again. Not sure. We'll see. Appreciate you all tuning in. For those of you in the United States, happy and safe Thanksgiving tomorrow, and we'll see ya. Take care.